So you want to make sure your tail is, you know, 5 or 6 inches long. I've even started as long as 7. If you end up with an end too short, you're going to have trouble weaving it into your project later, and it's going to stick out and it's going to show. So you don't want that. So how I do my magic circle is normally how we start is we put the short end between the fingers and we start like this. So when you're not doing a magic circle and you're just getting ready to chain stitch, you would have the short end on the thumb side. You would have the short end of this string on the thumb side. That's a normal start. But for starting a magic circle, we're going to take that string, we're going to flip it backwards. Exactly the same way that you would normally start, but we're going to flip it backwards so that the short string is opposite the thumb side. Then we're going to start just like we normally would. This, how I start is I go under from the knuckle side, I twist around in a complete circle, and then I grab the yarn and I pull it through. Now I have my slip stitch here. I can pull it. And then what you want to do is you want to take this and you want to flip it back around to a normal position so that the short string is on the thumb side. And now you have your magic circle. And you would start your chain up if you were doing a project using magic circle. And normally they do 4 to 8 around the magic circle. That's pretty normal count, so I'll just do 8 around. You don't have to follow along, you can just watch. And before you connect it to close, we're going to pull up on that to give it some slack so it doesn't slip out. And how I like to close the magic circle is I pull it as tight as I want the circle to be. So you can get it pretty tight. Little hole there. And then I put my hook through, and see this edge right here? What you're going to do to tie off to make sure that that doesn't slip, and it may come a little loose while you're doing this, so I would recommend getting a smaller hook for this so that you don't open up your hole. If you want it really tight, just grab a smaller hook. I'm not going to do that, but, and then let me show you that again. So you put it through the center hole, then you grab your short string, you pull it through the center hole, and then you pull it through again, and you're going to pull it tight. And that will keep your magic circle from slipping out. And you're going to weave that in later, and it's not even going to be visible. Then you pull this back down, and that's your chain stitch, so you don't want to grab the chain stitch. And now you have your perfect circle. Okay, so that's how I do the magic circle.